A nice way to showcase your services, set your own terms, increase your visibility, streamline client acquisition, and offer customization within your packages is creating an Upwork catalog or an Upwork project, which you can basically create and have clients buy off of the shelf. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Right over here, you'll see this is my Upwork profile. You're going to go up to the top right hand side. You're going to tap on your name or your profile picture, and you'll be redirected to this page over here. Right from this page, you can scroll all the way down and you're going to go and look for your project catalog. So we're going to click on manage projects over here. And I've already got one. I made this a long time ago, so pay no attention to that one. Let's create a new one. So this is essentially how it works. You'll need to create an overview for your project. So here you are going to type in what your client will potentially get. So a fully functional SEO optimized website. So this is how we are going to start this. Now, if you hold your cursor over this section on the right hand side, it says make sure your title is specific and describes the type of work that you're offering in your project. Okay, so your title can include types of deliverables, quantities, or even client benefits. So here we are going to just say a fully functional SEO optimized website. Over here, you're going to go down and you can see it's allowing you to now select a category so that it's easy for your clients to actually find. So you're going to go ahead and choose one from here, or if you're not seeing it, then you can click on the browse all categories and choose a category that best describes your project or what type of work you're going to do. So I'm going to go for website builders and CMS. And here you now have project attributes. Now, of course, each one of these situations are going to be different because depending on what type of work you do, you'll have different options. In this case, if you are a website builder, these are the options that you will have. So you can choose a platform. So you can choose only one platform, okay? And this is the platform that you will be using. So I'm going to just use Squarespace. And then you get to choose your website specialization. So here we're going to see a couple options and you can choose up to 17. So you can literally choose all of the options here, okay? So I'm just going to go business, education, entertainment, and that's great. Here you can also add supported plugins. Now remember, this is very specific to website building. So we're going to go social media, analytics, shipping, payment, and so forth. Right, once you've chosen everything that you would like to choose from all the categories here, you'll go down to the search tags. Okay, so you can start typing and this will create tags. So when people are looking for projects like this, or people are looking for a website builder, this will come up. So you can start putting in, like, for example, let's just type in a website. You'll see here, website builder. Let's use that one. You can start typing a bunch more. So let's type in SEO. You can see there's a bunch of options here. Okay, so this is optional. You don't need to put it in, but it will increase the visibility of your project catalog. Let's go and save and continue. We'll move over to the pricing. Now, of course, you'll know what your services cost. You'll know how much to charge for your services. But the nice thing about a project is it's not pricing individual clients on individual product. What you're doing is you know how long it will take you to build a website or produce whatever it is that you produce. And you'll have the option of 3 pricing tiers. Now you can turn it off and you can have just one pricing tier. But if you are in the business where you can offer more than one option, you will appeal to more people, to more clients. So my advice is to use the 3 tier. Okay, so we're going to go over here and you can now create a title. So for example, if you're going to do website building, then we've got basic website, and here you can create a description as well. Okay, so If you're unsure about how to do this, you can always jump into ChatGPT or Perplexity AI or one of those chatbots, whichever one you prefer, and you can ask it to generate this information for you. So you can go and add all of this information and just customize it to make sure that it is still correct and it is true to what you will be offering. You're going to go down now, you'll see the delivery days. Now, this is the amount of days that it's going to take you to create this. So the moment somebody makes a purchase of your project, then you'll have X amount of days to produce this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say 5 days, and then you have amounts of revisions. So if the client sends the website back and says, hey, can you change this and that on the website, or whatever it is that you're doing, can you make some changes here and there? You can add a number of revisions. Now, I like to do 2 revisions because when you're dealing with individuals, they may have a vision in mind and you may have a vision in mind. It may not always align immediately. So give a couple revisions. However, if you are more specific in your overview description as well as your custom description for each pricing tier, then it'll be easier for the client to understand exactly what they're getting, regardless of the industry that you're working in. So the more information you add here, the better. Let's go down over here. You can see that there are service tier options. So this is, and I've turned off the 3 tier, but you will, if you have all 3 tiers, you'll have all of these options for each one of your tiers. You're going to go down and you can see that specific to website building, these are some of the additional options that you can add in here. Okay, so let's just go malware removal, on page SEO, speed optimization, SSL certificate. That's great. Okay, so now the important part, the pricing. So when you're looking at your pricing, you've got to evaluate how long it's going to take you to produce the product for your customer, and then you need to add that price in. Take into consideration all things. So you need to really understand what it is that you're doing and how long it takes for you to do, and then you can do your pricing. So I'm just gonna hit a random number in there, and you can now go down and there are some add-ons which are optional, which you can add on. So let me just show you how you do it. So fast delivery. Okay, so let's say your client cannot wait 5 days. Let's say they want it in 3. So delivery days, we're going to put 3, and we're going to charge them an extra $100. Now, of course, you'll know how much it will cost you to speed up that process. And so you can look at this pricing structure and customize it to your own specific needs and your own specific pricing structure. You can also add multiple add-ons, so additional revisions. See, we've only put 2 revisions over here. So we can say for 1 additional revision, we're going to charge an extra $50. As you can see, there's a bunch more, and then thereafter, you can actually go and create custom add-ons as well. So if you're going to the bottom, you can click on the create custom add-ons. You can add a title, a description, and then the amount that it's going to cost and how many days it is going to take to do that. Once you are happy with all of this information, you can go down, click on save and continue. We're going to move over to the next section, and this is your gallery section. So gallery section is pretty important if you are working within the visual arts and you're able to produce something that somebody can actually see. You can see here there are project images, so you can upload up to 20 images. Take note of the format that you're allowed to do it in. They can each be 10 megabytes large and less than 4,000 pixels in width or height. So just take note of those specifications, because if you are creating images, such as creating it in Canva, if you're doing this in Canva, then you can actually go and say custom size, and you can actually customize that size so that it's exactly what it needs to be. So when you upload, you don't have to resize, you don't have to run into any unnecessary problems. So here you are going to upload images over here. So a simple way to do this is just clicking on browse. You'll go through your computer's documents, images, whatever it is, and you'll be able to upload right over here. Now, you can't upload any PDF, any video, anything like that. Just down over here, there is a video section specifically. You could add a video in here, and then there is a sample document, which you can add up to 2 PDF files, right? Now, this is nice because the PDF file will allow you to add additional information. So what you do need is at least one image. If you see over here, you need to have at least one image or video within your project. And then also it says set one of your media items as your cover image. So I'm going to go in here and add some images. So the moment you upload an image, it will ask you to just use this as your cover image. You can just adjust it on the left-hand side over here. And I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm going to click on upload. Okay, so it'll take a few seconds to upload, and depending on how large your image is, might take a little bit longer. Also, if you have multiple images, it will take longer. If you are doing a video as well, of course, it will take a little bit longer. Let's go and click on continue. So this section over here is your process, okay? So your requirements and your steps. So you'll need information from your client to understand what it is that your client wants. They can't just purchase your project and then like magically try and make you read their mind. So over here you can see it says ask the client any information or materials you need to start working on their project. So as you can see, you have a requirement here. So let's say, for example, we want brand images or brand material. Okay, and this could be like logos, it could be images that the client wants to use, whatever the case. So here, the client needs to answer this before you can start working. You can also add additional requirements here, of course. So if you want more than one thing, the more information you provide, the more information you'll receive, the better the process will be. Here you can add steps that you'll take to get the project done. So step 1, for example, create a basic website. And of course, you'll know your process. So this needs to be customized according to your needs. Okay. You'll also have that description, which you can add in there. And you can also add steps over here. So I'm going to just remove this requirement, and we're going to move on. Now, this is pretty important. So make sure that you spend a bit of time making sure that all of this is covered. All the questions that you need to ask the client. As I said, brand material, maybe there's brand colors, maybe there's a specific field that they want for their website, specific functions. Whatever the case may be, you need to ask as many questions as possible. We're going to save and continue here. We're going to go now to the next section, which is your description. So here you add a project summary. Okay, so as you can see here, it gives you an example. You will get a polished logo design that'll bring your company to the next level. With over 5 years of experience in freelancing and agency environment, you get the point. Okay, so add something in here that is going to dive into more detail about your project, maybe a little bit of your experience, who you are, and how you aim to give the client a product or provide them a service that is going to give them more value than just the product or service. So instead of just saying, I'm going to design a website for you, talk about the benefits of why your website building is better than the next person. So you can add that in over here. Also, there are frequently asked questions. So of course, there are multiple questions that could be asked. Make sure that you are adding in the question, adding in the answer. Okay, so for example, will I have access to make small changes to my website? So maybe your client is a little bit hands-on. Let's say, for example, they have a business where there are constantly changes being made. Maybe there are special offers being done, and they want to have that added sort of on the fly. So you can say, Yes, you'll have your own login details to make basic changes. You can add more details in there, and you can add as many questions as possible. Again, so instead of the client coming back and forth with you, they can read through the questions, they can read through your entire project catalog, and they'll know all of the information. This means that you do this once, and this project works for you, which means you don't have to put in the time to communicate with the customer or your client constantly to make sure that everyone's on the same page. All of the information in here will suffice. So let's move on to the next section. We're going to say save and continue here. We're going through the review process now, and the review process is important because here you can change a bunch of the details of your project. So you can just go and click on preview project. You can have a look at how your project looks to the client. Okay, so upon finalization here, you got the maximum number of simultaneous projects. So you can make this whatever it is that you need. If you can run multiple projects and deal with multiple clients at the same time and still deliver, you can add that in there, right? There is a copyright notice and there's a terms of service. My advice to any freelancer working on Upwork, read the terms of service. It'll take you some time, but read through them. It is really, really worth understanding their terms of service. I've never ever read through any terms of service for any company, ever. I just click on agree. Upwork's terms of service, they are important. Read them. You can also go to the privacy notice, make sure you've checked that, and then if you're 100% happy, you can submit your project for review. This means the Upwork team will review this and make sure that all the information in there is safe and according to their terms of service, as well as their user agreement and their privacy policy, and then it'll be public. The other option that you have is to click on Save Project. This will allow you to just revert to it and edit the project before it actually gets published and it's visible to the Upwork community of clients. So here we are now. We're back onto our project page. You can see if you click on draft, here it is, and you can just click on the three dots on the right hand side there. You can preview, edit, or delete, and there you go. You can now create a project, let it work for you, and sit back and just do the important work. If this was helpful, you can go ahead, drop us a like, and if you want to learn more about Upwork, you can actually go ahead and click on this video. This is the one. I will see you over there. Peace.